Juan Soto, the big fish, has been caught, reeled in, and put on ice, waiting for spring training. He has signed a 15-year deal. 15, that's 1-5. 15-year deal with the Mets for, wait for it, 765 million tortillas, which is a lot of tortillas, Brad.
A whole lot of tortillas.
It's a lot of tortillas. So that came with a $75 million signing bonus as well, like you needed more. And then it includes a player option after 2029, which can be voided if they add another $4 million per year to the final 10 years of the contract. So that's now, if you take all that into consideration, that averages $50 million per year. That takes the total contract value to $805 million. Here's a couple other details. There's a full no trade clause. He gets a hotel suite on road trips. He gets a stadium suite and 4 premium seats behind home plate for whomever he chooses to give them to. Personal security for Juan Soto and his family for all games, including the most dangerous spring training. Must have security.
People get a little wild.
Okay. Whatever. Includes other bonuses for performance bonuses, right? MVP, All-Star, Gold Glove, etc. The Yankees came in, their bid was 16 years, $760 million. That's more than double what they paid for Aaron Judge 2 years ago, by the way.
Which is crazy.
It's banana pancakes is what it is. It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I cannot believe they offered him that much money. I can't.
Well,
I can't believe the Mets did either.
You see that it was the going rate, so they had to.
Well, I understand that. Yes, the basics of economics do not escape me.
Yeah, they had to. Which is crazy, though, that just 2 years ago, Aaron Judge, who was the best player in baseball, or one of the top 3 players in baseball, got less than half of that amount, and now this is the going rate. A little frightening, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not okay. So the Yankees didn't offer a free suite. That was apparently a major stumbling block between the Yankees and the Mets. The suites are right now paid for by players and their family members. Guess who gets to pay? Guess who pays for their suite if they want one at Yankee Stadium?
Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, CC Sabathia, anybody else who wants one, who is current or former Yankee, pays for their suite. And this is the thing, the Yankees are like, you can get it at a discounted rate. But when the Mets are offering it for free, then I feel like that gets to be a big deal, especially if Juan Soto is asking for security for his family. His family is obviously very important to him, and he wants them at games. He wants them comfortable, safe, and not to say that like they would necessarily be mobbed by fans. I feel like fans, especially of the players that they love, are going to be like, that's Soto's family. Cool. I love that we're sitting close to them, right? Like, that's really neat. But I feel like they would leave him alone. But he gets a peace of mind of having them in a suite. As a team, I'm like, okay, not a big deal.
Except for the revenue generation.
I understand that. But what if it comes down to think about the money you're bringing in having Juan Soto. Anyway,
I did think about it.
Do you need his money going back in your pocket?
Probably not.
We used to joke when I worked at Walmart when I was in college. We used to joke about the employee discount. Is that they gave us an employee discount because they wanted us to put our paycheck back in their pockets.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm going to give my money back. Like, every time you buy something, oh, I'm just giving my money back. Just give my money back to him. That's all it is.
For sure.
It's helpful, and that's great. We didn't shop anywhere else because we got stuff cheaper at Walmart, but still, every time it was, well, You can take my money back, Walmart.
Right.
It's the same thing. The Juan Soto's like, you're paying me this money that's mine, but now you're taking it back. You're just gonna take it out of my paycheck every month as a deduction. Like, is that how that's gonna work? I don't know. And
I
when you
don't
got
think you're
another team who's
wrong.
gonna give it to you for free,
I get it. I don't think you're wrong. I okay, the question is, the suite was not necessarily a major breaking point,
right?
but it was a point, and it was one of the last points contested, as far as we know.
That we heard about. Yeah.
Right. So your argument sounds like that's not petty. Your argument is that it makes sense. It's totally okay.
I want to know, is it petty on the Yankees' part to make their players pay for a suite?
There are two answers to this question. The first
Okay.
is it petty to make players, broad stroke, pay for their own suites? Sure. Maybe. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Are the Yankees tightwads? Yeah. Are they pretty stingy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We know that.
Sometimes on some things. We know not always, but sometimes, yeah.
Right. They place their value on the dollar above all else. Like, they don't care. The team goes to the playoffs, they're pretty happy, right? There's ownership and financiers, and from a business perspective,
Well,
they
because I
want butts
understand you
and
make more
seats.
money when you go to the playoffs.
That's right. They want butts and
That's
seats, and
why
they
they want
want
to go to the playoffs because you make more money. And the
totally
more money you make going to the playoffs every year, the more money you continue to bring in from other places because you
right.
making the playoffs grows your fan base better than anything. Because Brig, when did you become a Yankees fan?
In the
What do you know
'90s,
what year? In the '90s, when the Yankees was the mid '90s, the late '90s, early '90s,
mid and late, yeah,
mid and late when they were good.
yeah,
Because you grew up in an area where you didn't have a home team. So you got to pick
that's right,
whoever you wanted. You saw the
that's right.
Yankees on TV all the time because they were on from April through October because they were playing that long. And so you got
Yep,
that much exposure to the Yankees, so they became your team. It's just like now we have a ton of kids running around who are Kansas City Chiefs fans because the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL.
that's true.
And they're going
That's
to
true.
continue to be Chiefs fans. For
Yep,
how long? There
forever.
are there are a bunch of people in their 20s who are New England Patriots fans, Houston Astro fans. It's just the way it works.
I know.
So if you make the playoffs, you're going to continue to make money by building your fan base other places than having a player pay for a suite.
I agree
It'll
with
make
that
up the difference and then some.
for sure. I'm not arguing that. But the second question, and I think this is implied, is do you, if you're the Yankees, do you make Juan Soto pay for a suite? The answer is yes. If you're making Jeter, CC, these other guys, if they're having to do it, then yeah, Juan Soto has to do it. That's it. It just
Right,
says,
and
what are you
I
gonna?
understand because you set the precedence, but do you make
That's right.
Jeter pay for a suite? Do you make CC pay for a suite?
I,
I don't think you
I'm
do.
not making Jeter pay for a suite. It's
No
not
way!
my choice. I'm not doing that.
Maybe while he
No.
was part of the Marlins ownership group, you make him pay for a suite
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
because that represents a conflict of interest.
Okay. I feel you
But
there for sure.
I think as a player, as a legend, as an independent person of Major League Baseball now, you don't make Jeter pay for a suite. You don't make CC pay for a suite.
Yep.
And in turn, I don't think you make Judge pay for a suite because the money he has brought in during the time of him being a Yankee has paid for that
Oh
suite
yeah.
50 times over.
Okay. So you want to make Judge pay for a suite till he retires? That's fine. Let's make that the rule then. If you
Okay.
retire and you reach this legendary status or whatever, then okay, you don't have to pay for one. That's fine. There's got to be a line in the sand somewhere. So you could put it there. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know. I think if you have a guy who's making that much money who moves the needle like that, I think the Mets took the right approach. Like, yeah, you can have it. We'll
Here's
make
the
up that
thing
money
though.
somewhere else because of you.
Talk about making money up though. Okay. The Yankees took all that money that they didn't have to pay Juan Soto, and they have made some moves.
They have
And
made
it
some moves, and we'll get there.
and and they are going to get 2 or 3 times the return on investment that they would have had they retained Juan Soto.
Maybe. I don't know. You get to the World Series
Yeah, we'll
and
see.
you're a couple of dropped balls away from making it to the World
Oh,
Series.
you're early. You're early.
It's always and
Brad's just
forever. It's infinite, Brig.
trying, just always touching my
That's all
dark
it is. It
spots.
is infinite.
All you.